Hey, howdy, folks. This is Wolfen 4966. I'm John, your host. There's a couple things on my mind. I'm sorry I've been gone for a couple days. Uh, been doing my appointments, oncology, getting things done. Oh man, I tell you what, a lot to do. Busy, busy, busy. Anyways, what I wanted to talk to you, I want to let you know what the current happenings on oncology is. The first part was hematology, and good lord, as soon as I walked in there, I had a stack of paperwork to fill out. They even had one of the handheld iPads, and I had to go through a, a 4 series questionnaire. Um, did my dad have cancer? Did my mom have cancer? Did any relatives have cancer? So forth and so forth. Um, I really don't buy into that hereditary gene. You're going to get cancer if someone else in your family had cancer. I believe cancer is environmental. I always will believe that. Only due to the fact that how many people died in the 1920s from cancer. I can't recall hardly anyone. Cancer was a rare thing. It was like, what is this? Now, pneumonia and other things were pretty common. But I mean, I don't mean to down them all. They're trying to roll over a better leaf, but fast food is fast food, folks. You know, you can't have deep fried foods all the freaking time. You can't be eating uh, fast food. I mean, every fast food. I would go into each chain, but one's no better than the other, and they're feeding you poison. Only because you're in a hurry and you don't have enough time in your life to eat healthy. That's something that you got to work out. But as far as oncology goes, the the hematologist slash oncologist told me, he goes, relax, you don't have to have a lot to worry about. He goes, 24 is bad. It's very dangerous. He says that is a very dangerous score to get. But he goes, I'm looking at all your blood tests from the past year, and they're all over. Most of them are over 150 plus, which uh, go back and explain it. 140 to 400, 490 is good. You're good. You're not in the danger zone or anything. 24, you're in the danger zone, which means if you get cut, you're going to bleed to death because there's nothing going to clot. He told me that he goes, this can happen. He goes, I believe it was an error. They took 11 vials of blood from me. I guess they're going to do a cancer screen. They're going to do uh, white cells, red cells, uh, platelets, and they got to do all those separately. Um, but he said, probably what the reason is a lot of you that are out there worrying and going, oh my God, no. The machine can make a mistake and make an error. And how it does it is platelets are a smaller molecule or smaller mass than white or red cells. So sometimes he says, like if you got a fatty liver or uh, you, you're taking certain kind of medicines, there's a good possibility that your platelets are clumping together and they're bringing you a reading Okay, well the machine is looking for the smaller molecule, smaller cell, and when they all clump together, they imitate a white cell. And so the machine goes, okay, that's a white cell, and that that could be about 1,000. That could be 1,000 all clumped together, or whatever, whatever the number is. And so it goes, okay, it passes that by, and it's still counting the little ones. And like the doctor said, he goes, you probably had a you probably had a sky high white white cell count in your blood. He goes, but we're gonna he goes, we're gonna bleed you. We're gonna bleed you today, and they did. Um, Man, I can't. I sat there for a half hour with a needle in my arm, getting vial after vial after vial after vial. But I don't mind. Got a little dizzy. I told them got a little dizzy. They said that's normal. We took enough blood from you. I'm like, probably about a pint. I don't know. Jeez. But anyways, the that's that's the good news. He said, relax. You don't have nothing to worry about. Believe it was error. He goes, your blood test has been 148 to uh, 200, 290, and don't worry about it. He goes, don't worry about it. Well, if there is a problem, we're gonna find it. He goes, he just said, things that can cause clumping, um, fatty foods, deep fried foods, uh, pizza. Oops, guilty. And of course, drinking excessive amounts of beer. Really not guilty. I've cut down a lot, but shit, I've been eating a lot of pizza. I need to cut that out too. Anyways, it's mainly because of the cheese and the dairy product in it, and you know you you get pepperoni on it, man. That's the fattiest meat you could ever think of. Well, next to might as well eat uh, raw pork skin. But anyways, besides all that, everything checked out. He said, we're gonna look. We goes now. We're gonna search and see, you know, if anything else is wrong. He goes, your doctor sent in a referral for you to come to us for a reason. So we're gonna we're gonna just we're gonna. He said we're gonna just be meticulous about it, and just we're gonna look like there might be something there. He goes, but don't panic. He goes, don't panic, don't stress over it. He goes, it's like one of those things. If it is, it is. We'll take care of it. Um, he also asked about the polyps I had something like 17, 18 years ago. He said, and then he asked why I wasn't in for another test, and I told him why, because of the mishaps of VA in Murfreesboro. Every veteran already knows this horror story, but I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that. But I might get some unfavoritism going, or the truth, which VA by reputation doesn't like the truth. I mean, they're trying to prove they're getting better programs. There was a guy I was talking to in the waiting room. He did not know that he could use TriWest, which is community care, to go to a primary. What he's doing, he's going to a primary at the clinic. I said, no, man, you can go get your own primary. You can go get your own primary physician. And I told him the one I have, and he goes, oh, okay, I'm going to check that out. He goes, but he had a lymphoma removed from his jaw.